Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got one that could go either way. Could be a 4-minute quick fix or a 3-hour, dear God help us problem. I was driving Sippycup the other day and noticed my left front headlight was out. Went into my bag of tricks here and I happen to have one 9004 bulb left, which is what it takes. And that's too bad because I'm pretty sure I sent T1 to the junkyard with 2 good 9004s in it. So I could have replenished my inventory. But anyway, I was in a hurry, didn't have time to mess with it. But anyway, changing a headlight in an Escort takes about 4 minutes. It's not a big deal. So if the video goes that way, I can more or less just extol the virtue of why I like, generally speaking, older cars. They're just much easier to deal with most of the time. If it goes the other way, and I say it could go the other way because both the low and high beam are burned out. And it's really unusual to have both halves of a bulb burn out, or at least I found it to be unusual. So we're going to drop this other bulb in and we'll see what happens. Could be good, could be bad. It's also worth mentioning that I have a much longer term plan for the headlights in that car. We're just doing things on the quick and cheap. Normally I would, just buy new headlight bulbs and replace them in a pair, because if one goes, the other one's not far behind it. These are just spares I've pulled out of assorted vehicles over the years before they went off to the next life. We've got a bigger plan in progress, just not today. Too much other stuff to do. So that's our fender right there. And usually what's easiest to do is you just back this ring off. Yeah, it was just like a quarter turn. Then you can just jimmy the bulb out. I actually heard it have pressure there, like a vacuum. I don't think that's particularly normal. And just pull it out. I see one of the filaments is burned straight through. It'd be the one in the rear. It's burned straight out, but that doesn't explain why the high beam didn't work, unless something strange has happened. I am going to put some gloves on, because you never want to handle halogen bulbs barehanded, or really any light bulb. I just don't, whether or not you can. We'll drop the new one in and we'll see. Unlike everything on this car, where I go somewhere where the previous owner has probably been, something is super screwed up. Somebody just packed a boatload of dielectric grease down in there, and I pulled it apart. It looked like it had a bad infection, big zit. So yeah, I'll be trying to clean all that crap out. Probably end up just taking to it, I guess, with some brake clean. Man, I don't know. That might not even be dielectric grease. It might be Vaseline or something. Either way, that's not right. We don't want that. So I got all the garbage cleaned out of there, mostly just spraying it with brake clean. I don't know how well you'll be able to see, but of course all those terminals are corroded. That's probably because this rear gasket isn't sealing up very well anymore. And I'm going to guess this bulb, the light housing, the whole housing, has probably got a drain in it that's plugged up. That's why this made like a sound when I pulled it out of there. So it's probably getting a bunch of moisture in there that it shouldn't have. And again, I got a long-term plan here to deal with all this. But right now, I just got to try and clean those terminals up. And I thought I had bought some terminal files for exactly this reason, but I apparently did not. So what I'm going to do is just take basically an ice pick, or a scratch owl, and just see if I can scratch the corrosion off of there and try and improve things for the time being. So that's about the best I can do. Don't have any contact cleaner either. Need to order a couple things apparently. The last thing I'm going to do before I change to clean gloves and actually put the bulb in is on that rear gasket. I am going to put a little bit of dielectric grease back there. Not in the contacts, just on the gasket, so hopefully it seals water up a little better from the contacts. Alright, so I got a bunch of grease down in there on that gasket, and what I did is I just put some grease on the end of this pick and then just kind of used it like a paintbrush to smear it on. Now it would have been a lot easier to just apply the grease to this face of the new bulb, but I don't want to handle what should be a good bulb with greasy gloves, so this is just kind of the safest way to go about things. One thing I have done numerous times in the past is forget to put these rings back on before I put the bulb in, and there's also a orientation. I think that's the correct way, so yeah, make sure you don't forget that if you're doing this. So it's been a while, but I remembered the move. The way to do this to make it the easiest on yourself is when everything's still connected, like you're removing the old one, you just turn that ring, pull everything off, and then when you go to install the new bulb, you just put the new bulb in, put the ring on, and then put the connector in it. That's what we're going to do. Okay, moment of truth. Got a headlight. Might be a little hard to see on camera, but take my word for it. Go check the high beams. High beams are good too. And I can actually see, I don't know, those might just be really bad scratches. I don't know. Can't tell if that's moisture or scratches on the inside. Either way, we got a headlight again. Legal to drive. Thanks for stopping in, guys. Really appreciate it. I'm Max, that's Saddington Bear, and we make videos like this all the time. Here are a couple links to some other videos we've made, and we really appreciate you guys stopping in.